on DAB+, online, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. EFL Live on TalkSport 2.
So Marcelo Bielsa is getting ever closer to delivering what he promised. After the heartbreak of last season, Leeds United are within 5 games of promotion back to the Premier League.
Now Klitsch plays it forward down the centre. Hernandez is clean through. And Pablo Hernandez, Leeds United's talisman, strikes again.
Full time at Ellen Road. It's Leeds United 1, Luton Town 1.
Blackburn Rovers 1, Leeds United 3. In the end, a job well done for Leeds, who edged that big step further towards the Premier League.
And Ince goes beyond Ghazi, into the box, finding Campbell, and Campbell has scored. Tyrese Campbell with the opening goal for Stoke City.
This has been an absolute thumping. Stoke 4, Barnsley 0.
Look, we will have to match that level of intensity in the game, or otherwise it'll be very difficult for us.
Click picks it up by the penalty spot, and Ealing puts it in. Finally, after attempt, after attempt, after attempt, it broke for Luke Ayling.
Who's Dawson? It's back in from a crowd of players and blasted into the net. There's his goal. He's off and running. Gregory for Stoke City.
Well, this one here on your home, the EFL, is a big one. A win for Leeds over Stoke City this evening at Ellen Road takes them back to the top of the Championship table. 10 more points will get the job done. You know, when it's so close, you can almost taste it. At the other end of the table, while Stoke City remain uncomfortably close to the bottom 3, Michael O'Neill is desperate for his side to show the same intensity and spirit that was key to their big win last time out over Barnsley. Kick-off just around the corner at Ellen Road, right here on your home of the EFL, TalkSport 2. And ahead of the match, let's get the latest odds with 888 Sport.
Football Form Focus on TalkSport 2 with 888 Sport. Predict the wins and draws in our free football predictor game. Up for 8 and you could win £8,000. Make your picks now at 888sport.com. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Sandra D. Micheli, very good afternoon, mate. Huge game with massive ramifications at both ends of the table. How's it looking ahead of Leeds Stoke?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dan. As you would expect, Leeds favourites to win the game and very, very heavy odds on for this one. 2-5 to win the match. Of course, Leeds just 1 defeat in the last 10. They are in very good form. The draw 7-2, Stoke City 7-1 to spring. What would be quite a big surprise in all honesty. But we have seen Leeds struggle at home to, I suppose, lesser opposition, if you like. They suffered a defeat at home to Wigan. Earlier in the season, they drew with Luton only a couple of games ago. So sometimes these are the games, certainly Leeds fans and the Leeds fans I spend a bit of time with, that they worry about these teams at the wrong end of the table, Dan.
Goal scorer market, that'll be an interesting one because both sides have got plenty of threats in forward areas.
Yeah, they do. Look, unsurprisingly, it's the much maligned Patrick Bamford, who is the 14-5 favourite to score first. He's a shade of odds on 10-11 to score any time. He has scored 15 goals this season, but he has missed his fair share of chances as well. If that doesn't appeal to you, Costa held a 13-2 chance to score first. Jack Harrison also 13-2. I give a mention to Calvin Phillips, who's 12-1 to score first and 5-1 to score any time. He scored a wonderful free kick at Blackburn at the weekend. With regards to Stoke City, it's probably just too many really stand out, and that's Tyrese Campbell. He's 21-2 to score first, 4-1 to score any time, and Sam Vokes a 23-2 chance to score the first goal of the game. Leeds 4-7 to win the title, Dan, and we make them 10-1 on to finish in the top 2. But West Brom 6-4 to win the title, and Brentford 16-1 are very much breathing down their necks and waiting for them to slip up tonight.
Everyone is jostling. Sandra, thank you very much. That was the very latest odds with 888 Sport. Play responsibly, 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Football Form Focus on TalkSport 2 with 888 Sport. Call 8 results from 8 games and win £8,000 in our free weekly football predictor. Up for 8, fall short and we'll still give you a £1 free bet for each correct pick. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Kick-off fast approaching. Let's hear now from the Stoke City boss, Michael O'Neill, talking to TalkSport 2 in the build-up to tonight. O'Neill was told us he's not focused on getting to 50 points. He's just taking it a game at a time.
I never really have put a target on it for the players. Well, I haven't put a target on it. We've approached each game and tried to find a way to take 3 points. And if we can't take 3 points, at least try and take 1 point. When you look at us this season, we've lost 21 games, which is too many, for me. So look, we just have to make sure, as I say, that we're ready to play. We have to take each game as it comes. There's no point in looking beyond this game. The games are coming around every 3 days, so I think we've seen a lot of inconsistencies in the results as well. And we bounced back from a poor performance to give a very good performance, and that's the level that we have to set in the remaining games.
The Stoke City boss Michael O'Neill. A chance for some final thoughts from our summariser, the former Leeds boss Neil Redfern, in place in West Yorkshire. I'd expect Leeds, as always, Leeds press early, they'll press high. Stoke would be taking risks if they try and play out from the back, but they've got Sam Vokes in their side to try and hit him direct and early on, you'd imagine. Yeah,
I would expect Stoke to keep the shape early on, to be difficult to break down. You expect Leeds to dominate the ball. If you look at the possession percentages in Leeds games, they're really high. Leeds do have a lot of ball, and I think that they're going to have to be really disciplined, Stoke. It's when they turn the ball over, can they catch Leeds out, and where they were a little bit vulnerable. I think that's the order of the day for Stoke City. Tyrese Campbell's a handful, isn't he? And he'll look to maybe off one side or pick up a central position in the 10 row. He'll look to pick up little pockets. He'll look to cause issues tonight. Yeah, that's right. Him and both him and James McLean, two good footballers, capable of opening up defences, different types of player. But they're good foil for Powell and Vokes up there. Powell's for me, he's a top player. Perhaps expect a little bit more from him. He had a real big move to Man United. It didn't quite come off for him. But he's a big game player, and it might be just his day to day. Stoke's record on the road this season, very average. I mean, the need to stay compact is obvious. The protection that back four gets is absolutely crucial, isn't it, from those in front of them, denying space for the likes of Tyler Roberts, the likes of Matthias Klick. Will have a big impact if they're given space to roam. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to be really disciplined. They're going to have to cut the passing lines off into the front if they can. Cousins and Klukas, if it's them two that's sat. And they're going to have to make it predictable, which is difficult against Leeds because they're so clever at moving the ball and finding the little spaces in between the lines. So it's a big task for them two midfield players. But, if they can turn the ball over, they've got capable runners in Campbell and McLean, and get the ball into Vokes as well and get people beyond him, then you don't know, they might cause them a problem. And to be fair, Sam Klukas, really important source of goals, isn't he? Often a source of creativity for Stoke in the middle third of the pitch. Well, he's not just a good goal scorer, he's a scorer of great goals. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some fantastic strikes, and he's capable of picking it up 20-30 yards out and putting it in the back of the net. So Leeds are going to have to be careful that they give him too much space, and if they do, then you know what to expect. So the goalkeeper Ilan Meslier is going to have to be he's going to have his wits about him. The two changes for Leeds: Dallas coming back in, no real surprise. Helder Costa back in as well. Permanent deal confirmed this week, £16 million. It's a decent fee for him from Wolves, isn't it? It is a good fee for him, but I think, to be fair, I think he's rose to the occasion. I think it's took him a little bit of time to settle in, but I think we're seeing the real Helder Costa now. He played a good part in Wolves' promotion bid, so he knows the way out of this division, and I think that's important. Stuart Dallas I've always liked. I think that, with Stuart Dallas behind him, he's a real experienced, quality player, so he's a good foil for Costa on that left-hand side. One of those times, Neil, that we're sat watching on, Leeds fans nervous tonight, Stoke fans, because of what they've still got on the line, nervous in their fight to stay up. Actually, who you want to be is one of those players. You're in control of the situation. That's who you want to be, isn't it? Yeah, spot on. Because you can put yourself out there on the pitch. You can have a right old go at it and leave nothing. And it's a good place to be. I'd rather be out there on the grass. Now I think that every time I come up and turn up, I think I wish I were playing today. Because they're great games to play in. I reckon Redfern could still do a job. I'll be alright going forward. It's just getting back, mate. That's the problem. But yeah, I mean, these are great games to play in. Don't forget, doubleheader of action tomorrow here on your home, the EFL in the Championship. Again, big games at both ends of the table. 6 o'clock, Mark and Neil will be at the John Smith for Huddersfield Luton. Our build up from 5 with me, your host Dan Windle, and then 8:15 starts. We're at Craven Cottage for Fulham against Cardiff. Saturday 3 p.m, Blackburn West Brom. Sunday, Leeds back in action at the Liberty Stadium, taking on Steve Cooper's ever improving Swansea. Right, time for kick-off in West Yorkshire. Our host this evening once more are out to cement top spots in their push for promotion to the Premier League. This evening's visitors just want to make sure it's Championship football that they can look forward to next season.
Let's bring you the start. Leeds United clashing with Stoke City on TalkSport 2 with our commentary team of Neil Redfern. But first, Mark Wilson.
Thank you, Dan. Always a privilege to come to Ellen Road, and it feels even more so today. I'm looking out at all the thousands of cut-out fans that are here and thinking of the 30-odd thousand that would have been here supporting Leeds, who are within inches, it seems, of the Premier League. Plenty of Stoke fans, I'm sure, would have made the trip up as well, as their side look to secure points and keep themselves in the Championship. The two teams are making their way out. We'll give you the Stoke team first. One change from the side that thrashed Barnsley at the weekend. James Chester misses out. In comes Nathan Collins at the back. It's Butland in goal, Smith, Bart, Collins and Martins Indy in the back four. Cousins and Clucas in the middle with Campbell, Powell, McLean and Vokes in the advanced positions. Give you the bench for Stoke. It's Davis the goalkeeper, Ward, Lindsay, Ince, Chester, Diouf, Gregory, Sorensen and Thompson. Leeds come out, led out by their captain Liam Cooper. Two changes for them. Douglas and Alioski, who were both very impressive at Blackburn, dropped to the bench. As Stuart Dallas is recalled, missed just one game this season, that was on Saturday, and held a cost of that new £16 million deal, all but sorted now. He comes back in as well. Meslier in goal, Ayling, White, Cooper and Dallas at the back. Calvin Phillips in the middle with Harrison Roberts, Cleek and Costa supporting top scorer Patrick Bamford. The Leeds bench contains Mjajcek the goalkeeper, Douglas, Poveda, Alioski, Hernandez, Berardi, Struick, Shackleton and Stevens. Marching on together, plays around us. It's loud here at Ellen Road. The fans are not here tonight. You can listen to the full game live and exclusive on National Radio right here on TalkSport 2. It promises to be a really good game, this one, Neil Redfern. How do you see it panning out?
Well, I do, yeah. I mean, listen, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot at stake for both clubs, and you know, Stoke will have to start well because you know Leeds are going to dominate the ball. You know they'll take the game to Stoke. It's how they've played all season. I don't expect them to change. You know, they'll look to get the ball into wide areas, into Harrison and Costa. They've got able wide players, and they'll flood the midfield with Phillips stepping in from that City midfield position as well. So it's going to be a tough afternoon for Stoke City, but they've proved on certain occasions they can rise to it, and they're going to have to today for sure.
They are indeed. What's the mindset like? Stoke fighting for their lives at the bottom. Leeds, they can almost taste it, can't they, with Premier League?
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. If I were Michael O'Neill, I'd be saying, look, there's a boatload of pressure on Leeds United here. The sides are round about them. Brentford and West Brom are competing, and they're picking results up. You know, you can play on that fact, and you know, they need to start well. I think Michael O'Neill will be saying to his players, you need to start well because this Leeds side dominates the ball so well.
Leeds all in white, and it's the all-black strip of Stoke City, the visitors. Their goalkeeper Jack Butland all in red away to our right-hand side, and Meslier in his blue and yellow strip away to our left-hand side. In front of the Kop end, Leeds defending the Kop end here. We're awaiting the go-ahead here at Ellen Road. It just falls silent for a moment as the official checks with the two goalkeepers that we're ready for action here. And Stoke will kick off here, and it's going to be a nervy, you feel, 90 minutes ahead for both these two teams. An early goal really would do both sides a favour as both teams and all the officials drop to one knee around us here at Ellen. The go-ahead here at Ellen Road, and we are set for action. Neil Redfern alongside as a former Leeds boss, over 1,000 games in his career as well. He's played in a few nervy ones himself. Here comes Stoke then, looking to knock it long towards Vokes, the target. Wins a header against Cooper. Will it fall for Powell? No, it's cleared away by Luke Ayling, who advances into the middle of his own half and will offload the ball to Dallas, who's recalled after that one-match absence. Forward for Patrick Bamford. It's sliced away by Danny Barton. It's not gone out of play yet. In the end, he hooks it back in, and that's dangerous because it's fallen to Costa, edge of the area. Goes for an early shot, and Butland at full stretch has tipped that ball away with less than half a minute on the clock. Got in a real mess at the back there, Danny Bart, and Costa looking to make an instant impact after that new contract.
Yeah, it's good pressure initially from Bamford, who's chasing Bart down. I don't know what he's trying to do, Mark, to be honest with you. It's better just kicking that into the stand, but he tries to keep it in play, and ultimately just gives it to Roberts, who nearly puts it in the back of the net.
Corner for Phillips, will swing it towards the near post. It's headed behind for another corner, well dealt with at the near post. It was McLean, I think, who got the header away at the near post. He's just stretching his groin as well there. Maybe a slight injury doubt for him as well. Is it Lucas actually that's hobbling around? That would be a real blow. He looks in a bit of discomfort, doesn't he, on the edge of the 6-yard box. Phillips will reload the corner, plenty of white shirts in the box, and it's headed away again at the near post. It'll fall to Dallas. He'll be disappointed with that, I think. The Calvin Phillips.
2 poor corners, Mark. You've got to miss the first man out. You know, if you don't miss the first man out, it's just easily defended, and that's been the case.
Ball forward, and Dallas will cushion the ball back to Meslier on the lush surface here. It's been raining quite extensively ahead of kick-off, but it is a little bit drier now. And Cooper, the captain, will have the ball at the back. And Leeds with that great chance inside the opening 30 seconds as Bamford lays it off to Phillips, who he's just looking for a pass in the centre circle. He nudges the ball out wide to Ayling. And Ayling now is looking, he's seen a run from Bamford into the box, but there's just too much on the cross, and Butland spilt it. But there was no Leeds player there to get advantage, and Butland, all in red, picks the ball up. Interesting opening 2 minutes, Neil Redfern.
Yeah, it's been quite open. You know, it's been a good start for Leeds. Stoke looking a little bit nervy at the back. I'm really interested to see that nobody's really detailed to pick up Calvin Phillips in possession, you know, which might be a mistake by Michael O'Neill. I think you've got to get round the young midfield player, because he is very instrumental to everything that Leeds do.
Leeds, who beat Stoke earlier in the season 3-0. Stoke actually came here in the EFL Cup and won on penalties. Jack Butland got the winning penalty that night. A much changed Leeds side on that occasion. And the ball back to Meslier. And just advances out of his area. The man who's on loan at Leeds, young goalkeeper, in for the suspended Kiko Casilla. His 7th start for Leeds. He's going to get another touch now as a ball at the back. 3 minutes gone. You're live on TalkSport 2. Leeds 0, Stoke 0 if you've just joined us, as Ben White strides into trouble, and Powell's picked his pocket, and Powell goes down 25 yards out from goal. He wanted to take the free kick quickly. He had Vokes unmarked on the edge of the box, and Ben White is going to get a yellow card. Well, Leeds trying to play up from the back there, and Ben White got that wrong, and he was lucky in the end that he managed to bring Powell down 25 yards out from goal.
Yeah, well, they've actually set up quite well there to press Stoke. They made it difficult, and he's took a chance coming out from the back, Ben White, and he's had his pocket pinched by Powell, and he's lucky. I mean, he's got a yellow card. To be honest with you, I don't see another recovering defender there. The referee a little bit lenient perhaps, but just got to be careful playing out from the back. If it's on, yeah, do it. If it's not, then you've got to try and go past the press.
This is a real big chance here, isn't it, for the visitors, who are looking here. Tyrese Campbell has lined this one up. He's got the bright pink boots on. He's scored plenty of goals this season. Is he about to add to his tally? Meslier got a wall of bodies in front of him, and it looks like Campbell's only got one thing in his mind, and that's to shoot, but it's straight into the wall. It'll come back, shot is deflected and goes behind for a corner kick. So Stoke with chances of their own here. The free kick really in the end, Neil, pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it's a poor free kick, to be fair, from Campbell. It's a better strike from McLean, and obviously deflected off target, but you know, just going back to Leeds playing out from the back, you just got to be careful early on in the game. You just got to be careful. If it's on to do it, yeah, do it. If it's not, then you've got to try and find a way to get past the pressing team.
Corner in front of the Kop. He's headed away by Bamford at the near post. Good header from him. But the break is on here. It was miscontrolled by Jordan Cousins, and now 4 Leeds players streaming over the halfway, led by Costa. He's got Bamford inside him, and Costa's brought down. Referee, I think, well, they says not brought down. I thought he was trying to play an advantage there, and already the game quite stretched as Leeds with Cooper cleared away at the back. But Stoke determined to commit bodies forward, but we know all season long, Neil, Leeds love to play on the counter-attack, and they almost did it there.
Yeah, fantastic break, to be fair. Full throttle there, Costa. And it looked a foul to me. I'm not sure what the referee saw, whether Costa slipped. But you let play go on, but Leeds are very dangerous on the break. There's no two ways about it.
Well, Leeds have got a free kick over on the far side. 5 minutes gone, an eventful start here at Ellen Road. It is still 0-0. Live exclusive national radio commentary on TalkSport 2. As Phillips has the ball, gets it into the feet of Mateusz Klich, who's one of several Leeds ever presence. Phillips fizzes the ball out to Ayling, cushions a header towards the edge of the box where it's cleared away quite easily by Martins Indy, and then knocked forward for Vokes, who's up against the goalkeeper. Meslier, who came out of his area, he could have caught it, but he'd overran it, and in the end has to diving head it away for a throw-in on the near side. And Vokes already proving a real threat up top. And that was a decent ball, and Meslier, to be fair, had a good starting position to get the ball away.
Yeah, just a zip of the turf, nearly took it past him as well. He did ever so well there, Meslier. Fantastic ball from Powell. he started off so well in that 10 slot for Stoke, and he's obviously aware of Vokes' runs, and it's a good ball into space to find him.
McLean throwing it at the area, cleared away by Phillips, and Ayling gets on the end of it. Here's Helder Costa, gets the ball away to Roberts, and Roberts misplaces the pass, and it's out for a throw-in. And you can see now that Leeds are also trying to press high up the field here. Roberts and Bamford in an advanced position, but the throw-in comes. Ben White did well initially to get a footing, but Vokes held him off, and a poor ball in the end over on the far side from Tommy Smith, and Collins did a really good job to keep that ball alive for Stoke, and in doing so keeps possession. And now a chance to move it forward with Cousins out on the right-hand side. Ball is floated towards the Leeds left-back position. Dallas will go ahead, takes it on his chest, brings it down, gives it to Meslier, who will have to clear his lines left-footed up towards Bamford. Ball won by Roberts, and then it's knocked back to the goalkeeper by Bruno Martins Indy, and Butland on his right foot had a lone spell here, didn't he, with Leeds earlier in his career. A short one as well, as ball won by Powell, picked up here by Calvin Phillips. Phillips dispossessed though by Powell, and Powell nicks it away from him, and now Campbell drives forward. It's over the centre circle, gets it on the near side to McLean. You look at some of the names in this team, they've got some good players, Stoke, that really does make you question why they are so low down in the Championship at the moment.
Well, when you look at this, the players, like you say, I mean, it's got to be down to application. You know, it's how you apply yourselves. They're just a little bit inconsistent. I mean, if they could be consistent, then you're looking at a side that's in a different position in the league altogether. But they've started quite well. It's been a good response by Stoke.
It has indeed. 8 minutes gone here at Ellen Road, and it's Leeds 0, Stoke City 0. Ben White books inside 4 minutes for that challenge on Powell. And we had that early chance for Leeds inside the opening 30 seconds. Here now is Calvin Phillips looking to fizz the ball across the field. Roberts did really well. The pass wasn't intended for him, but he made the most of it. Gets the ball away to Cleek, and then passed it straight to Powell. But then Powell passes it straight to Ayling. A little bit of a scruffy patch of players. Costa sets off over on this near side. Gives the ball back to Ben White. And White now to the captain Liam Cooper. And Cooper moves it on across the back four to Dallas. Leeds happy to have possession. Stoke happy to let them have it at the moment. You can see the 4-4-2 formation, Powell up alongside Vokes as the ball is with Cooper in the centre circle. He's looking to get the ball out. Ayling's made a great run down the right hand side. He's picked out, what a pass, right into his instep. Plays the ball infield here now for Cleek. Cleek puts the ball to the far post. There are bodies arriving. Will it fall for Harrison? Brings it down on the byline, pulls it across. It wasn't the best cross, and it will be dealt with. And Campbell, who's back defending, will help Stoke clear their lines. And I think Harrison, Neil, will be a little bit disappointed he didn't make more of that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he picks up a great position, because the cross clears everybody and lands to Harrison's great